So let's get started. Can we edit that out? Hi, welcome back to Baking with Me. I'm Me of Mi&Stu Foods in Montreal. We are a gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free food facility and have many products that go out into the world through retail channels or distribution through the food service industry. And now we'd like to make it easy for you to bake our delicious products at home. So today we're featuring the flax bread mix, which is a vegan sandwich bread, very light, delicious, very easy to make. And you can use it for anything. You can make it with French toast, grilled cheeses, sandwiches, just toast. And in coming videos, we'll be telling you on ideas that you could do using this bread. So let's get started. With making the bread. First thing that we're gonna do is, in the package that you get from us, you'll get some ground flax that we're gonna use to make a flax egg. You're gonna get the yeast. Of course, you're gonna get the flour mix. And then you're gonna get organic cane sugar, which this is not. Okay, so to make a flax egg, we're going to take our little flax, ground flax. This is boiling water. And we just add the boiling water to the flax and mix it up. And it has to sit for about 10 minutes in order for the flax gel to kind of solidify, and it really becomes the consistency of an egg. So we'll just put this aside for now. And we're gonna wait 10 minutes. The other thing that needs 10 minutes about is the yeast that we're going to rise right now with the water. Take the small amount of sugar that comes in our package, the organic cane sugar. We're gonna put it into our water, which is anywhere between 100 degrees and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna sprinkle our yeast on top. Now you can either just let the yeast sit there if you like, and it will activate. I'm a little bit more aggressive. So I like to mix it all together, and then I'm gonna let it sit until it bubbles up really nice. Okay, so that's gonna take a bit of time, but not like a terrible amount of time. Okay. Now, in my bowl, the way that I like to do it is, I like to put all my wet ingredients in first, and then I add my dry ingredients, and I just mix it all up together. So while we're waiting for the yeast to activate, this is the size pan that I use for this kind of a bread. It's, what does it say here? It's about a 4 by 8 by 2. It's a loaf pan, and it's treated, but I'm gonna spray it anyways with a canola cooking spray because I don't like when my things stick. So if you have a coated pan, you don't need to spray it. If you're worried, you can spray it, or just oil it with a paper towel and some oil. Okay. And we're gonna need some oil. So I'm using canola oil. You can really use any oil that you like olive oil would be good, or corn oil if you like to bake with corn oil. And then this is a very, very small amount of apple cider vinegar that you'll have to have on hand in your house, but it's really a tiny amount per bread. It's about a teaspoon. So I'm gonna put my vinegar and my oil and my flax egg. And now they're just waiting for the yeast to activate. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that we're gonna rise the bread for like 10-15 minutes in a warm place. So what I do is I turn on the lights under my counters or over my cooktop, and I'm gonna spray a piece of saran wrap with some cooking spray so it doesn't stick to the top of my bread. And I'm gonna have that ready for when we're in need of it. And I'm gonna cover the bread. Sorry for my back, but what do you think of my t-shirt? I'm gonna put the saran wrap just lightly on top of the loaf, and I'm gonna cover it with a dish towel and leave it under the lights for about 10 minutes so it can rise, and then we're gonna throw it in the oven. So that's the longest part, is the waiting part. If you can coordinate your yeast with your flax gel, so you'll be saving some time. My yeast is starting to rise. I don't know if you can see it. It starts to bubble. I like for a little bit more action to happen. What I think is really cool is that the yeast is really alive. And so when yeast is really alive, it's kind of freaky how chemistry works in food. So it's still just doing some interesting action, and we're waiting for that. It's not that exciting, I know. It's like watching yeast rise or grass grow, which we're doing also these days in my backyard. We're watching the grass grow. We've all watched our hair grow through this, and that's why we all look a little bit crazy. But that's okay. My kids cut the back of my hair a few weeks ago, and now I don't know what to do with it anymore. I think I'm gonna have to start wearing a hat. Oh, the yeast is looking fabulous, just fabulous. So I'm going to get my mixer ready. Not that it's not ready, it's sort of ready already, but you know, now it's really ready. So this is for one bread. This is all that you're gonna need. It comes in the package. It already has salt in it, and it has, this has ground flax in it, and xanthan gum, and then our flour mix that we use for this kind of bread. And the really cool thing about this bread is that it's really simple. So if you want to doll it up, you can. So on the top, before you throw it in the oven, you can sprinkle on it any kind of topping that you think would be great. For example, you can put oats, you can add seeds if you want. We make another bread with this base that's a seeded bread. It has pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds in it, which we also sell as a flour mix. But if you wanted to add those things to this bread just on the top, or you could add hemp or any kind of fun thing, and it'd be really good for you to tell me what you think would be great to add. So you can just comment in the comment bar and let me know what toppings you think would be interesting. I'm ready. So I'm gonna put the yeast in. And one of the reasons I like to mix it up like I do is because sometimes the sugar gets stuck on the bottom of the measuring cup, and that bothers me. Okay, and then I'm gonna dump my dry in. And then I'm gonna mix it. Now, you can actually make this bread without a mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you'll just have to work it a bit with your arms. I have a mixer, so I'm gonna let my arms be flabby for the time being and maybe work out with some weights, but maybe not. Anyways, it needs like a good mix, and here we go. So that's it, it's done, it's ready, which is good because the battery light is flashing on the camera, and it means that we're gonna probably get cut off in a second. So hold on, everybody. Battery, camera, everybody just relax. All good. So it's a little bit sticky, as you can see, but it shouldn't really cause any issues because you don't really need to touch it. You just need to scoop it into your bread pan. Like this. Throw a little bit on the counter. That's always fun. Okay, I like to even it out a bit so that my bread slices are roughly the same size. Otherwise, you'll end up with a big hump in the middle and your little pieces at the end will be super tiny. Okay. Then just gonna put my saran wrap over it like that. And I'm going to put my dish towel on top like that. And I'm gonna put it just here under this slice. I can feel the warmth. It'll get enough warmth that it will rise, and I'm just gonna set a timer, here it is, for 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, we'll be back.
Moments later.
My 10 minutes is up, and to look at it, you wouldn't think it really did a rise, but it did rise. The texture's a little bit different. And now we're gonna put it into our 350-degree oven for an hour without burning ourselves. And we're gonna set our timer, and we'll see you in an hour.
1 hour later.
So my timer's gonna go off in like 43 seconds. I'm gonna take my bread out of the oven. And I don't know if you can see my dog walking through the kitchen, but there she is. Her name is Lucy, and she likes to bake as well. So I'm gonna take my bread out, and we're gonna have a look, and hopefully your bread is gonna be beautiful, because I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. But I'll take this next 23 seconds to just mention that I really love to see your comments below, whatever they are, whether it's what toppings you want to put on your bread, if any, or if you have suggestions, or if you have a joke. I love jokes. Also below, oh, there's my bread. You can see all the social media we're linked to. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're gonna try and put content out every Tuesday and Saturday. And now I'm going to the oven, people. A beautiful bread. Look how lovely it is. And it made a nice little rise, and it's just so cute, and I love it. And it's really gonna be something, I think. Okay, so I like to take my bread out of the pan pretty much right away. I find that if I leave it in the pan for too long, it actually starts to sweat and the bottom of the bread gets a little bit damp. I don't like that. So I'm just gonna grab my spatula. Sorry. Seems to be the part I forget to do. Just gonna go around the edges, even though I sprayed it, just to make sure that nothing gets stuck. Now, I have baker's hands, so they don't really get burnt so easily anymore. I don't suggest that you do this without a mitt, because you might burn your hand. And there's our beautiful little bread. But you can't see it right now in this frame. I'm gonna lift it up for you. See? There she blows! Now, I would wait for at least 2 to 3 hours, and then I would slice it up any way you want. So remember, like this video, comment down below, follow us, go to Mi&Stu.com, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us, this is a whole new meaning to me, and keep watching because we have lots of really cool information to share with you. Happy baking!